Did you know there's a basting stitch on the Singer Quantum Stylist 9960? It's actually stitch number 5. It shows a line and a dot. So I'm going to select the stitch. Once I select the stitch, I do notice that the foot it recommends is the darning foot or free motion quilting foot. Comes with this machine. I'm going to show you a little trick how to put it on and then the trick for actually stitching this stitch. Now we've been doing some stitching on a piece of batting with the fabric on top and below like a little quilt sandwich. We've been working with a walking foot that also comes with this machine. The free motion quilting foot, which is what I use to do kind of the fun little stitching here. And now to actually use it for something like securing layers together. The nice thing with this stitch is you can actually make this stitch any length you want. So if you want to baste a long stitch, kind of make something hold together so you can see if it fits. If it's something for a couch or a slip cover, you could easily baste it and then put it on the couch and see if it actually fits. You also will notice what the tension looks like over here. So when I look at the tension, you're going to notice it's all the way at 0. So on this machine, when we talk about tensions, it actually kind of picks a tension that's right for that stitch. It's kind of like remembered. So it's not automatic tension, but it does get you in the right ballpark. So for this one, I'm going to show you why it's at 0 and how great that actually is. Okay. First trick is how to put the foot on. So number 1 was we take the whole entire ankle and foot off the machine. This screw was holding it on the left side, so you're going to unscrew that. I usually like to leave the 2 attached. That way I can find it later for putting it back on. Next, with this foot, you notice this long arm. This arm needs to sit above the screw that you loosen to take your needle in and out. So as I position this around the post where I'll attach it, you're going to see that that will be sitting above that screw. The other thing that you're going to notice is that it won't really want to come into position easily. It's kind of, well, this foot is spring-loaded. So the first thing you're going to do is reach over and with the foot near its position, turn the needle down in almost to the fabric, even if you just kind of touch it there. Now the post and everything will line up easily, make it a little easier to get it all attached with the screw. Tighten enough so it doesn't come wiggling loose. Bring the needle up just a little bit. Next, you can lower the feed dogs, slide off your slide-on table, switch the feed dog lever to the far left. Those feed dogs will go down. Just remember when you're done, push them back to the right and take a stitch. Then they will actually activate on the next time you sew. So lower those down. You can do those with the feed dogs up, so if you don't actually remember to do that, it'll really be okay. Okay, so here's how this is going to work. When you actually take a stitch, it's only going to do 1 stitch. Lower the presser foot, and if you want, just kind of hold on to this thread to get started. So we're going to go ahead and stitch. Now you heard the little machine beep. And it shows a picture of the foot control being told to, with an arrow up. That means take your foot off the foot control. So after you take a stitch, you slide the fabric the distance you want your stitch to be. Take another stitch. Lift your foot off the foot control. Now if you don't want to get beeped at every single time you take a stitch, just step on the foot control for a quick stitch and move. Quick stitch and move. Okay, quicker stitch. And then you can come any direction you want. So if you're just kind of basting that along, but let me show you the benefit of why that tension was at 0. So here's our nice long basting stitches holding our layers together. But when you flip it over, you'll notice how you can kind of see these little dots. It's because it is so loose. Because what do we want to do with basting stitches? We want to take them out. So if you give the underneath thread, the bobbin thread, a pull, it is completely loose and it will come completely out. So making it really easy. You know, usually when I'm doing basting stitches, I'll have then sewed where that was to be if it was correct, and then remove the basting stitches at the end. So it's just really easy when you've got your free motion quilting foot on and selecting stitch number 5.